Ready? Play.
That we expect it to be very competitive, and it might be one of the best matches we get out of that rivalry, given how Jessie is playing.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be their most competitive match so far, like in terms of quality and I mean Pegula definitely has a chance at beating Iga right now. The way that she's been playing, the kind of tennis that we know can trouble Iga, but at the same time, these last two matches have made me feel pretty good about Iga as well. The way she beats Pavlyuchenkova and Samsonova and similar type of opponents. But and we know Pegula hasn't won a slam quarterfinal, but she's played Iga twice, Barty once. The Vondrousova match is probably the one that got away for her. But I feel like this is she'll really come in confident and she'll like her chances. But I'm curious to see, is it a day match or a night match? Because
of course don't know yet, but
yeah, not sure.
What's gonna be the next? What's gonna be the other quarter? Haddad Maya against
Mukhova. Yeah.
Mukhova.
Yeah,
should be a night match then, I guess. Maybe the same slot as today.
I actually think night helps. Night helps Iga. Night will still help Iga a little bit more. I think during the day the ball will fly a little bit more. It's a bit faster, like in the sun. Pegula likes those conditions more.
Could be the same slot as today, I think. And in fact, Jessie in this matchup probably likes it faster. I mean, the way she played in Sydney, for example. Of course, there was also that that argument that like the Polish team had to fly over, change conditions, but still. And I still keep talking about this, by the way, but like I don't remember who it was, and I don't want to like shame that person or anything, but I just remember like a month or so ago, before Montreal anyway, or before Toronto, that was for the women this year, someone on this stream like just posted a comment that like Pegula is surely losing round 3 at the US Open or something like that, but like Pegula is not a factor. And I just remember saying that like, but what if she does extremely well? And I don't think anyone like during the warm-ups, and like I don't think any one of us expected how well she would actually do, which is pretty much be the best player in there alongside Sabalenka.
Also, by the way, everyone's talking about like playing the Olympics. Like she also played the Olympics, and like I know she lost like in the round of 16, maybe in doubles, and didn't go that far in singles either. She lost to Svitolina, I think, in her second match. But still, like she played. She was there for quite a while, and she still comes back and wins Toronto, gets to the final of Cincy, gets to the quarters here without dropping a set. Like,
it's pretty good. Of the 3 medalists on the women's side are still in the tournament as well, in the form of Iga and Zheng. So I think that the playing the Olympics is a small factor, but the level that Novak has played all year, for example, on the men's side, and the level that Carlos brought to the court the other day, as well as the level of Botic, those factors were at least as important, if not more important, than just playing the Olympics for me.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of like ignoring the cause and effect, relationship, because like they brought you bring a level to the court for a reason, at least for the most part, right? I think we lost your.
John is muted, or he's.
Yeah, you're not muted, but maybe like battery or something like
that. But back to Iga and Jessica. Just one word of caution on the Jessica thing. Her run to the final in Canada, pretty good. I think she did drop a set to the final before she then wins the final. I thought the level against Anisimova was good, but wasn't sensational. And then she comes up against an absolute A-class player in the form of Aryna Sabalenka in the final in Cincinnati, and she gets beaten fairly comfortably.
Iga Swiatek got beaten even more comfortably by Aryna Sabalenka.
I think Pegula played Sabalenka the toughest of anybody in the.
She also was going for back-to-back titles, right? I mean, in 2023, it didn't go well for her at all, right? She won Canada and then lost early in Cincy. I don't remember to whom even. But I
think it was against Trevisan.
Really?
Yeah. No, wait, was it? I think it might have been.
Really? She
Mm.
lost to Trevisan at 2023 Cincy, and we were still thinking of her as one of the main US Open contenders, and that's kind of what I was going for earlier as well.
Oh
Like
no
she's
no no
actually
no no
better
no!
than
I'm off there. She beat
was like
Trevisan in 3.
Dolkite
But
or
it was
no?
really tight. Like she almost lost to Trevisan.
So who
So
was
like,
it?
it was not convincing. It was against Bushkova.
Buskova.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but still, like not it was like 6-4, 6-0 against Bushkova.
Yeah, like she
pretty
actually did so much better in following up her Canada results. And I understand the A-class player argument, but like Swiatek was dominated even more by Sabalenka. So
She also
Yeah.
beat Mukhova early in that tournament, and she was down a set in that match and a tight second set as well. So
yeah, at that
I'm
point was
not-
definitely more surviving than anything else. Yeah.
I'm not as big on Pegula's chances as maybe you both are.
in terms of the upset,
I think Iga wins this in straights, and yeah, that's how I see it. I think that the night factor, if it is a night match, I think the slower court conditions at least will favor her. We remember one of Pegula's 3 wins at least coming in Sydney super quick. I think the roof may have been closed there in Sydney for that match. I think the quarterfinal factor, I don't think it's as big a factor as some may make out with both her and, of course, Andrei Rublev. It's more often than not the quality of the opponent they come up against, with the odd exception in Pegula's case, for example, the Wimbledon quarterfinal against perhaps Vondrousova. But again, this is the quality of the opponent, and we are now talking about the elite, the 2 favorites for this tournament. Obviously, Sabalenka on the other side of the draw and Iga on this side. I think it's going to be difficult. I predicted a Swiatek Sabalenka final, and there's nothing I've seen in the last 10 days that's led me to change my mind, and that includes, the form of Jessica Pegula as well.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
And our producer also wanted us to talk about Sinner Medvedev for 5 minutes, if you guys still have time. So yeah, I mean, we already talked about this, I guess. Mario and me mentioned that it's like a 50-50 for us. Are you also of that idea, Gokal, that Medvedev has a real shot at Yannick this time as well?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like he's going to get the win, although I don't think it's like 60-40, but I think he's like slightly ahead for me. Maybe it's because of his press conferences or his stats. He had a very nice draw, Medvedev, but still, like, he had this beautiful first week. So I think that brings some confidence, and I think he's hungry to play these kind of matches. Like his win over Alcaraz last year, Alcaraz wasn't very good, but still Medvedev showed up and he showed that he wanted to play those kind of matches. So I think he's going to get the win against Sinner. And just one thing, a reporter was asking him, like, how are you going to get Australia out of your mind? Something like that, the match in Australia. And he was saying, I'm going to think about Wimbledon. they forgot about that match. So
yeah, it's a stupid question. Yeah, exactly. When you said it, I was like, well.
I mean, it wasn't exactly like that, but Medvedev was saying, like, yeah, there's the match at Wimbledon as well. So
yeah, I would have, it could have been kind of an intelligent question if, I don't know, it was the final.
Yeah,
and,
if it was the final.
And so, the only other Grand Slam final they have played, it's Australian Open. And so, it would have made sense. But it's a quarterfinal. So Wimbledon was the Grand Slam quarterfinal as well. There was also, for example, Miami, even if it's not best of 5. I don't know, many things happened since then. So I don't really think. And also, I mean, I don't know if I have to... just to analyze, I really think it's, this matchup has kind of become more or less a 50-50 if both players are fine. Medvedev, for example, served incredibly bad in Miami. and this made all the difference. And we've seen, that kind of straightforward win for Yannick. Then again, there's been close matches, Vienna, Beijing, even if it was a straight sets, and Wimbledon, of course, and the Australian Open were very close matches. So yeah, for me, it's really a 50-50, even because we can argue that on the hard courts also they are, they are the best. Of course, there are other players into the conversation, but it's also their surface where they've got the biggest wins of their careers, when they've got the biggest things. And we will know that it's going to be last match of the day. I already knew, but the order of play now is out, and so we have the confirmation of this. I don't think it makes any difference. It was just to say everybody that that it's confirmed. Yeah, I really struggle, actually. I have to be honest. I know what I expect, of course, from the matchup, but if I have to say who wins, it would be a guess for me based on my feeling. But I really, before the match, both have been okay in this first week. They started with a slow start in the first round, and after that they've played well, I would say. And maybe Medvedev hasn't served that well yet, and probably would need that serve level to improve even more. But overall I feel like both have their shot, and it feels for me kind of a 50-50 clash. So
yeah, appreciate the confidence from Gopkalp. I think it's really high time that we stopped treating Medvedev as like someone who cannot win matches on the hard court against pretty much anyone. Like, I don't know, or even Wimbledon against Sinner in the quarters as well. That match against Carlos, of course, last year is the perfect example of everyone just writing him off, whereas, yeah, it should not be the case at all. And what I'm going to say is that I kind of do tend to lean Medvedev as well. I think Yannick still has a few like potential best of 5 weaknesses that he can kind of work on. And just perhaps in the humid conditions in New York, then you can grind him down. This is not going to be anything like, I'm not going to be discovering America here, but I mean, when Medvedev beat Sinner at Wimbledon, Carlos was awaiting in the semis. And now he's not. So Medvedev wins this one and he becomes the favorite for the title. And that's also massive. That's also really something that is going to be a factor. I don't know if a positive or a negative one in his mind, really. Maybe he's not going to be thinking about it. He shouldn't be, obviously. But just in terms of the actual sort of importance of this match, yes, it's absolutely massive. The winner of that will be the winner of the title, will be the favorite for the title. Maybe they will also kind of feel like, yeah, this is a small final. We shouldn't be meeting in the quarters. Of course, there's still Zverev in the event. But I think it's absolutely massive. And it's pretty much a 50-50 for me as well. I just think that Medvedev has a really, really good shot to take this. And I'm pretty pumped for it. Yeah, it's going to be a huge clash. I know that some people even said that this shouldn't be happening, that number 1 against number 5 seeds shouldn't be playing in the quarters. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the draw system we have. I think that clearly we are going to have a cracker here in the quarterfinal stage. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 5 like at Wimbledon.
Yeah. No one was saying that when Casper was number 5. So
yeah. It all depends. Yeah, it's just sometimes that fluctuation is nice. Sometimes it's not.
I don't know. I think
I guess I would be for surface-specific seeding systems, but like you had at Wimbledon. But in this case, would it really change much? I mean, Medvedev would still be right 4 or 5 pretty much. So, but anyway, yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
really,
because it's not like the others have got bad hardcourt results.
All the top 5 is great on hardcourt, so
yeah, absolutely. So that's it. I think from a matchup point of view, I think everybody knows what we can expect, and I think being such a high stake match, I don't think we'll get to see big surprises. John was mentioning 13 matches in 4 years. It's actually 9 in the past 2 seasons already. And so, and I'm pretty much sure it's been the most frequent matchup over the past 2 years, because it was 6 last year, Medvedev and Zverev, but this year they've only met once, I think, at the Australian Open. So,
and that's because they keep going deep. That's because they keep going deep in these events. They've played a lot of finals against one another, semifinals, now quarterfinals as well. Clearly, it's been one of the best rivalries of the last couple of years, even if it's so lopsided. 6-love, 6-5. Now we have one more win with Medvedev. I don't know what's going to happen later, but we kind of are at about an even playing field at the moment, it seems, at least in this event, at least in conditions like this. So yeah, hopefully it will be just amazing. And
I think the only thing is maybe just to close on the Medvedev-Sinner match, and I think that probably I still think that in the biggest moment of the matches, who needs to really up his level is Medvedev. Is the things are, as we've shown, we've seen lately, Sinner also having been able to win ugly, for example, in Cincinnati, and win also playing well, but peaking at the right moment, like yesterday in the first couple of sets. Let's see if this will make a difference now, if I'm thinking about it.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
that we expect it to be very competitive, and it might be one of the best matches we get out of that rivalry, given how Jessie is playing.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be their most competitive match so far, like in terms of quality and I mean Pegula definitely has a chance at beating Iga right now. The way that she's been playing, the kind of tennis that we know can trouble Iga, but at the same time, these last two matches have made me feel pretty good about Iga as well. The way she beats Pavlyuchenkova and Samsonova and similar type of opponents. But and we know Pegula hasn't won a slam quarterfinal, but she's played Iga twice, Barty once. The Vondrousova match is probably the one that got away for her. But I feel like this is she'll really come in confident and she'll like her chances. But I'm curious to see, is it a day match or a night match? Because
of course don't know yet, but
not sure.
What's gonna be the next? What's gonna be the other quarter? Haddad Maia against
Muchova. Yeah.
Muchova.
Yeah,
should be a night match then, I guess. Maybe the same slot as today.
I actually think night helps Iga. Night will still help Iga a little bit more. I think during the day the ball will fly a little bit more. It's a bit faster, like in the sun. Pegula likes those conditions more.
Could be the same slot as today, I think. And in fact, Jessie in this matchup probably likes it faster. I mean, the way she played in Sydney, for example. Of course, there was also that argument that like the Polish team had to fly over, change conditions, but still. And I still keep talking about this, by the way, but like I don't remember who it was, and I don't want to like shame that person or anything, but I just remember like a month or so ago, before Montreal anyway, or before Toronto, that was for the women this year, someone on this stream like just posted a comment that like Pegula is surely losing round 3 at the US Open or something like that, but like Pegula is not a factor. And I just remember saying that like, but what if she does extremely well? And I don't think anyone like during the warm-ups, and like I don't think any one of us expected how well she would actually do, which is pretty much be the best player in there alongside Sabalenka.
Also, by the way, everyone's talking about like playing the Olympics. Like she also played the Olympics, and like I know she lost like in the round of 16 maybe in doubles, and didn't go that far in singles either. She lost to Svitolina, I think, in her second match. But still, like she played, she was there for quite a while, and she still comes back and makes wins Toronto, gets to the final of Cincy, gets to the quarters here without dropping a set. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Two
good.
of the three medalists on the women's side are still in the tournament as well, in the form of Ego and Sheng. So I think that the playing the Olympics is a small factor, but the level that Novak has played all year, for example, on the men's side, and the level that Carlos brought to the court the other day, as well as the level of Botic, those factors were at least as important, if not more important, than just playing the Olympics for me.
Yeah, but I mean,
was
that's kind of like ignoring the cause and effect, relationship, because like they brought you bring a level to the court for a reason, at least for the most part, right? I think we lost your.
John is muted, or he's.
Yeah, you're not muted, but maybe like battery or something like that.
Yeah, but back to Ego and Jessica. Just one word of caution on the Jessica thing. Her run to the final in Canada, pretty good. I think she did drop a set to the final before she then wins the final. I thought the level against Anisimova was good, but wasn't sensational. And then she comes up against an absolute A-class player in the form of Aryna Sabalenka in the final in Cincinnati, and she gets beaten fairly comfortably.
Iga Swiatek got beaten even more comfortably by Aryna
I think Pegula played
Sabalenka.
Sabalenka the toughest of anybody in the.
She also was going for back-to-back titles, right? I mean, in 2023, it didn't go well for her at all, right? She won Canada and then lost early in Cincy. I don't remember to whom even.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it was against Trevisan.
Really?
Yeah. No, wait, was it? I think it might have been.
Really? She lost to Trevisan at 2023 Cincy, and we were still thinking of her as one of the main US Open contenders, and that's kind of what I was going for earlier as well.
Oh,
like,
no. I'm off there. She beat Trevisan in 3.
Dolchite
But
or
it was
no?
really tight. Like, she almost lost to Trevisan.
So who was it?
It was not convincing. It was against Bushkova.
Bushkova, okay, yeah.
Okay, but still, like, not, it was like 6-4, 6-0 against Bushkova.
Yeah, like she actually did so much better in following up her Canada results. Yeah. And I understand the A-class player argument, but like Swiatek was dominated even more by Sabalenka. So
she also beat Muchova early in that tournament, and she was down a set in that match and a tight second set as well. So
yeah, at that point was definitely more surviving than anything else. Yeah.
I'm not as big on Pegula's chances as maybe you both are.
The upset?
I think Iga wins this in straights, and yeah, that's how I see it. I think that the night factor, if it is a night match, I think the slower court conditions at least will favor her. We remember one of Pegula's 3 wins at least coming in Sydney, super quick. I think the roof may have been closed there in Sydney for that match. I think the quarterfinal factor, I don't think it's as big a factor as some may make out with both her and, of course, Andrei Rublev. It's more often than not the quality of the opponent they come up against, with the odd exception in Pegula's case, for example, the Wimbledon quarterfinal against perhaps Vondrousova. But again, this is the quality of the opponent, and we are now talking about the elite, the 2 favorites for this tournament, obviously Sabalenka on the other side of the draw and Ego on this side. I think it's going to be difficult. I predicted a Swiatek Sabalenka final, and there's nothing I've seen in the last 10 days that's led me to change my mind, and that includes, the form of Jessica Pegula as well.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready. Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Number 11, Marta Kostic. Number 10, Paula Badosa. Number 9, Barbora Krejcikova. Number 8, Jasmine Paolini. Number 7, Elena Rybakina. Number 6, Danielle Collins. Number 5, Zhang Qinwen. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Jessica Pegula. Number 2, Iga Swiatek. And number 1, for the first time in my power rankings history, Aryna Sabalenka.
Ready. Play.
And hello, one and all, and welcome along to what should be a fascinating U.S. Open quarter-final match. Iga Swiatek and Jessica Pegula for a spot in the semifinals. Delighted to have you with us. You're right on time for the start. And Swiatek serves the former U.S. Open champion. She did it just 2 years ago. Gets the match started with a missed first serve. Here comes the second serve for Swiatek to the backhand of Pegula right up the middle. Cross-court, the backhand deep by Swiatek, and the backhand is knifed wide by Pegula. So off we go in what should be a fascinating match. These two have played each other a lot. Jessica Pegula has beaten Iga Swiatek 3 times previously. Not many players on the tour can say that, albeit she's lost to her 6 times. But she has memories, and she has experience of beating this player that can be so untouchable at times. As here is Swiatek, serving to the backhand of Pegula. Swiatek, that two-fisted backhand cross-court. Deep backhand by Pegula. Looped on back by Swiatek. Good forehand there from Pegula. Put Swiatek under some pressure, and she's misfired on the forehand wing. And it's 15-all. Of course, there is a huge wave of American momentum right now at this U.S. Open as Swiatek serves, and the backhand return is punched into the net by Pegula, and it's 30-15. Of course, that momentum on the men's side from the Americans. Many hoping that that will carry over to the women's side as Pegula with a backhand return here starts the rally. Swiatek's forehand to Pegula's. Up the middle goes Swiatek. Pegula keeps it up the middle, and the backhand is cranked wide by Swiatek, and it's 30-all here. Of course, there will be an American man in the U.S. Open final, as you well know by now. Will it be Taylor Fritz or Frances Tiafoe? And on the women's side, there's a good chance that there might be another American champion at this event, but it would be a new one, whether it be Emma Navarro or Jessica Pegula. 30-all here as Swiatek missed the first serve. Here comes the second. Pegula replies with a backhand. Cross-court backhand good by Swiatek. Slice back by Pegula defensively. Big backhand there by Swiatek, and she's missed that long. And Pegula with a break point here. So a chance for Jessica Pegula to strike first. Hopefully get what crowd is here on her side very early. Of course, plenty of connections in New York for Pegula and her family. First serve up the tee misses there by Swiatek. Pegula with that left foot inside the baseline, right foot straddling it here as she has a break opportunity. Swiatek serves out wide and misses the second serve, and she double faults on break point, and Pegula with an early lead here. An opening game break for Jess Pegula, and what a start she has. Unexpected, you'd have to say. Swiatek with a nervy moment there, which is very surprising to see. Well, as everyone watching knows extremely well, Jessica Pegula back in a major quarterfinal. She's never won one of these. She's 0-6 lifetime in major quarterfinals. Can she get over that hurdle tonight? Obviously a great start, but a long way to go. As at the far end, Pegula serves. Forehand reply by Swiatek. Good sharp forehand from Pegula. Swiatek keeps the rally going. She's able to whisk a forehand up the middle, deep from Pegula. Now she switches to the backhand, and Swiatek puts it up the middle, and a big forehand there is into the net from Pegula. It's love 15. Pegula has had a very straightforward path to this point in the tournament. Misses the first serve. She has not dropped a set, beating Shelby Rogers and Sophia Kenin in the first 2 rounds. Serve here to the forehand of Swiatek. Whacked back by Pegula deep. Swatted cross court by Swiatek. Big angle on the forehand there from Pegula. Did she make the line on it? Don't believe she did. No, it's love 30. She beat Buzas Monero in the 3rd round. Of course, she was the one that created a big first round upset at Wimbledon, 3-3. And then in the 4th round, beating Schneider in straight sets. Seeded 18th. Served by Pegula. Misses it long at love 30. Swiatek's in position to possibly get the break right back. Pegula's second serve is nice and deep there. Swiatek makes the return deep backhand. Pegula, she's really hitting her marks well. Off forehand by Swiatek. Cross court the backhand from Pegula. Swiatek replies with one of her own. Swiatek's on the move here. Pegula flat forehand up the middle. Swiatek. Good forehand there by Pegula to the backhand of Swiatek. Rifled right back up the middle. Pegula into the ad court corner. Swiatek. Cross court big from Pegula. And Swiatek's unable to keep the rally going. It's 15-30. Really good rally that. And if Pegula can win rallies like that throughout the night, that was 17 shots, then she's got a really good chance of pulling the upset. Karolina Mukova awaits in the semifinal, which will be played tomorrow after her win earlier today over Beatrice Hadjad-Maya. First serve misses again from Pegula. Tremendous semifinals we're going to have here. Sabalenka and Navarro. And then Mukova against the winner of this. Makes the serve. Swiatek with the good return. Backhand here by Swiatek is into the net. So Pegula's responded nicely after falling behind love 30. It's 30 all here. Looking to consolidate the early break. Still under some pressure here, though, in this opening service game. Serve here, scooped back by Swiatek. Backhand up the middle by Pegula. Cross-court Swiatek, deep forehand. Just dropped inside the baseline there from Pegula. Now Swiatek releases a big backhand, and it's long. And Pegula, with 3 points in a row, gets to 40-30. Already 6 unforced errors from Swiatek. If you're keeping score at home, we're not even 2 games in. Here's the serve into the net from Pegula. Mentioned she's beat Swiatek 3 times prior in 9 meetings. Soft second serve. Swiatek makes the return. Short ball by Pegula there. She's on the defensive. Scoops it back to the forehand of Swiatek. Flat forehand there from Pegula. She's neutralized this point very well after Swiatek had control of it. Cross-court backhand by Pegula. One from Swiatek, and the backhand just carried on her a bit there from Pegula. Goes up the line into the deuce court, and it's just long, and it's deuce. Of course, they haven't met since the WTA finals last year, and that was not pretty. 12-1. Pegula serves up the tee. Terrific first serve at 109. Swiatek's return into the net. Game point here for Pegula for 2-love. Of course, they played each other quite a bit last year, 4 times in fact. Pegula won twice, including in Montreal in that semifinal. Real good three-setter. Serve up the tee misses. She won that Montreal 6-4 in the third set. And this is the second time they're playing at a U.S. Open quarter. Serve to the forehand of Swiatek. Deep return. Pegula backpedals. Off forehand Swiatek. Really good. Opens up the court. High-hanging ball Pegula. Out of the air Swiatek. Pegula puts a forehand back in the direction of Swiatek. She lets it go, and it carries long. And it's deuce. Played in a quarterfinal here 2 years ago. 6-3, 7-6. Swiatek won. This is the third time they are meeting in a slam. The other was at the French Open in 22. Pegula serves. Swiatek swats the return back. Good forehand, Pegula. Swiatek able to absorb that power, but now the forehand here goes missing from Swiatek, and this lengthy opening service game for Pegula. She again has a game point for 2-love. Pegula at the far end here. Toss up, serve down. Up the tee, she makes it. Swiatek makes the return into the deuce court. Deep forehand, Pegula. Loop back, Swiatek. Gobbled up by Pegula. Swiatek absorbs the power. Backpedals did a forehand here, however, and Swiatek is into the net, and Pegula has consolidated the early break. It's a 2-love start for the American. Very positive start for Jess Pegula against the world number one. That is 59-7 this year is the record for Swiatek in this calendar year. And she's playing in her 9th major quarterfinal. Now, of course, on the other end, you got Pegula, who's 0-6 lifetime in slam quarters. Swiatek, meanwhile, barely loses at this stage of these big events. She is 6-2 all time in major quarterfinals. She's at the near end serving love to Swiatek. First serve misses. Be sure, as always, leave comments. Get to them here after this game. Swiatek serves up the tee. Pegula sharp return and the backhand into the net from Swiatek. Be sure to vote in the poll as well. Who will win? Looks like right now it is split dead even, 50-50. And the winner to play Karolina Muchova tomorrow in the semifinal. Quick turnaround for Muchova, and whoever wins this one. Swiatek misses the first serve here. Has not dropped a set so far in the tournament. Now, there have been a couple of tight sets in there, including in the first round, 6-4, 7-6. Serve out wide. Pegula punches the return up the line. Just missed it. It's 15-all. Beat Shibihara in the second round. Only dropped one game there. Pavlyuchenkova in the third round, 4-2. Samsonova made her work in the first set in the fourth round, 6-4. Second set was very straightforward, 6-1. She spent 6 hours on court, 5:59 to be exact. Swiatek serves, goes deep with it, just missed. Again, Pegula well inside the baseline here. Right foot completely in, left heel straddling. Swiatek serves. Pegula attacks, big forehand, and Swiatek pops it up, and it's long. And, well, Pegula has a game plan, obviously. She is standing well inside that baseline aggressively for these second serves, and she is going at them. 15-30. Swiatek needing to find some early answers. Serves in the net here. She's not putting many first serves in at this point. Again, can't stress enough that it is early. Third game. And in the 15th minute, but Pegula looks very good. Swiatek looks a bit off. Serve here to the backhand of Pegula. Wow! And she has laced a backhand return. Cross court for a winner. Jessica Pegula. 2 break points for a 3-love lead. Another dazzling return. This time Swiatek caught flat-footed. 15-40. Jessica Pegula blitzing Iga Swiatek here at the very beginning of this quarterfinal. Swiatek falls into a service motion deep. Pegula makes the return deep, backpedaling backhand up the middle by Swiatek. Here's the backhand by Pegula. That's stroked long, and it's 30-40. Second chance to break. Swiatek sets. Toss up, serve down. Another missed first serve. She's missed 10 of her first 12 first serves. Here comes the second. She double faulted on breakpoint last game, remember. And she does it again. Second serves wide. Pegula breaks again. And a 3-love start for Jess Pegula. Couldn't have asked for a better start here for the number 6 seed, trying to come up with a huge upset and put a 4th American in the semifinals of this U.S. Open. 2 on the women's side, 2 on the men's side. I would have to imagine it's been a long, long time since that happened. Sport and politics with us. Hello. What a U.S. Open this is turning out to be for the United States, indeed. Those Pegula returns, fire emoji. Swiatek has not lost a set. Yeah, neither one has lost a set, but to the point that Sport and Politics makes here, she hadn't even faced a break point until this point, until this quarterfinal, which is incredible to think about. So, at the change of ends here, Swiatek made to think about some things here. Tremendous start for Jessica Pegula. Again, searching for that maiden quarterfinal win at a slam. You hope that it's not something mental, that it's not a mental block. If you thought it was, maybe this start has calmed those feelings. But the 30-year-old from Buffalo, from Western New York, has gotten off to a brilliant beginning here. Of course, of the Pegula family that has so many ties to New York, so many ties to Buffalo, and the Bills, who open up this weekend against the Arizona Cardinals as the NFL season gets underway. High hopes around the Bills yet again. Maybe not as high as the last few years, unfortunately. As Pegula serves up the tee, backhand reply by Swiatek off forehand, just slides wide from Pegula. Love 15. Second time making the U.S. Open quarterfinals. And again, as I mentioned earlier, she lost here in 2022 at this stage to Iga. Love 15 serve is up the tee. Really good. Swiatek makes the return deep, however. Pegula forehand up the middle. Sharp forehand Swiatek. Looped on back by Pegula. Forehand by Swiatek was pretty good. And then an error from Pegula. Forehand is into the net. It's love 30. Now she came back from love 30 in her opening service game. Pegula did. At the near end, love 30. Falls into a service motion. Kick out wide. Swiatek makes the return short. Forehand gobbled up by Pegula. Swiatek keeps the rally going, but not for long. Pegula's forehand is up the line into the ad court. Well measured. 15-30. Pegula on that run to the quarterfinals here in 2022. Beat Petra Kvitova in the 4th round. Here she serves to the forehand of Swiatek. Oh, my goodness. Terrific return. Looped ball back, though, by Pegula. Wow, and Swiatek's forehand ricochets off the let cord and wildly flies out. And it's 30. Oh, that was an unbelievable return. My goodness. Deserved better from that point. That was her 3rd, if I have that math right. No, 4th time she had ever been in a major quarterfinal, Pegula. That one that she lost here a couple of years ago. This is her first of this year. First since Wimbledon last year. Serve to the backhand of Swiatek. Muscled on back by Pegula. Backhand up the middle by Swiatek. And she keeps pounding away at the backhand wing, Swiatek. But that one has missed. And Pegula again from love 30 has fought back. And it's 40-30 and a game point for 4-love. Pegula serves up the middle. Swiatek scoops the return back deep. Backhand short Pegula. Backhand by Swiatek. Cross court from Pegula. Sliding into it is Swiatek. And the backhand is released up the line by Pegula. And she's just missed it. Not by a lot. She hasn't really been missing a lot of shots by a lot so far. Early loss on the clay in Paris at the Olympics for Pegula. Serves out wide. Swiatek stretches out for the return. Deep backhand, though, by Pegula's good. Swiatek unable to put it back in play. And Pegula another game point for 4-love. See if she can get this done here. Go 4-love up. Toss up, serve down, out wide. Terrific serve. Pegula, or Swiatek blocks it back. Now Swiatek slips, and that squash shot is into the bottom of the net. Pegula holds. 4-love start. Swiatek still not on the board. Brilliant start for Jessica Pegula. Mentioned that early loss at the Olympics. It was to Elena Svitolina in the second round, but she has been able to take that positive, or take that negative, turn it into a positive, allowed her to get back stateside, get back to North America on a hard court, and she's played extremely well since. Swiatek serve out wide, swatted back Pegula. Deep backhand winner by Swiatek as she is trying to get into a groove here, get into a rhythm. Pegula won the Canadian Open, of course. Talking about that form that she has been in. Won the Canadian Open, just dropping the one set in the second set of the final to Anna Samova. Then had a good performance in Cincinnati, too. Kick serve out wide, backhand return, rifled long by Pegula, 30-love. She made it to the Cincinnati final, lost in 2 tight sets to Sabalenka. And beat some really solid players and informed players in that run in Cincinnati. Mukova, Townsend, Fernandez, and Badosa. 30-love serve, Swiatek is into the net. And then, of course, ran into the buzzsaw that is Sabalenka, who is also in fabulous form. Of course, could that be the final that we get here on Saturday? Sabalenka and Pegula. Could be. Swiatek serves. Pegula again stepping well inside the baseline for the return. Oh, but then Swiatek put that backhand in an awkward position. Pegula tried a half volley pickup. Got that wrong. Put it into the net, 40-love. Of course, Emma Navarro and Karolina Mukova will have plenty to say about going ahead and sliding Sabalenka and Pegula into the final. Swiatek a chance to get on the board, 40-love. Toss up, serve down. Forehand reply by Pegula. Looped back by Swiatek. Forehand up the line. Misfires from Pegula. So Swiatek with a hold at love gets on the board. And it's 4-1. Ashley is here. Hello, Ashley. Glad to see you as always. Great to have everyone here as always. It has been a very fun 2 weeks at this U.S. Open. Glad to have been on as much as I have. Always enjoy getting on the channel. As at the change of ends, you can see on your screen some of those tweets. Not the start I was expecting. Yes, indeed. John says He went Iga in straights. Yeah, so I saw the preview video. I was listening in. I do recall hearing John say didn't really fancy Pegula's chances. I can't say that I did either. Again, when you've lost 6 straight, or all 6 of the quarterfinals you've been in majors, those are not flukes, are they? That is a pattern. That is a trend. But again, she's beaten Swiatek 3 times. Not many players can say that. And that's really good experience, really good positive memories to have in your back pocket going into a match like this. Now, again, she's lost to her 6 times. But to have 3 wins is certainly something to speak of. Pegula serves out wide. Swiatek makes the return. Backdoor attempt there on the forehand from Pegula. Swiatek was ready for it, but the forehand is into the net, and it's 15-love. You can see the head-to-head on your screen. Went through quite a bit of those earlier. 3rd time they have met in a major. 2nd time they have met in a U.S. Open quarterfinal. First serve misses from Pegula. 2nd serve into the forehand of Swiatek, and that return snaps the net. 30-love. Pegula serving extremely well. She also has, speaking of Pegula, 3 wins against world number 1 players. Now, 2 of those was against Iga, as it were. One was in the tour finals against Sabalenka. They all came last year. 2nd serve here. Swiatek attacks big. Forehand up the line by Pegula, and that backhand is shot into the net from Swiatek. It's 40-love. Points here for 5-1 for Pegula. Motoring along here in this opening set. And neither player has dropped a set so far in this tournament. Serve up the middle, misses. Crowd starting to fill out a little bit. Kick serve out wide. Swiatek attacks big. Cross-court backhand is dropped on the line. It is a winner on the return from the world number 1. 40-15. Obviously, this will be a pro-Pegula crowd. She is an American, and as I mentioned, she is a New Yorker. Big serve up the middle. Swiatek somehow made the return. Backhand Pegula. Cross-court backhand Swiatek. Knife back deep there by Pegula. She is attacking hard. Backhand by Swiatek to the backhand cross-court of Pegula, who guides it up the middle. Directed into the net there from Swiatek, and Pegula moves ahead now 5-1. Number 6 seed is roaring along here. Frosted Cupcake says, I have my rent money on Pegula. In your opinion, will she finish this? Well, I don't want to give you bad advice now after reading the first part of that, as the serve out wide by Swiatek is into a forehand, which is netted by Pegula. Obviously, this start is great, but Swiatek is she can just flip a match so quickly and so easily. Obviously, this will not make Pegula relax one bit. Serve up the tee is a let there from Swiatek. You can never relax against Iga. And I'm guessing if you have your rent money on Pegula, you're not going to relax at any point of this match either. That's just my... I don't relax on $3 bets. Serve by Swiatek is into the net. Pegula now with an edge there in the poll. 56% thinks Pegula's winning. Now, how many of those people waited till it was 4-1? Serve by Swiatek. Backhand return Pegula. Swiatek up the line. Pegula racing to get to that somehow, but Swiatek's there. Forehand into the ad court corner is a winner. 30 love. And if you are new, definitely hit the subscribe button for sure. This is a tremendous channel. Absolute honor to be a part of it. Very small part of it, I may add. As Swiatek serves to the backhand of Pegula. Cross-court backhand there from Swiatek. Sliced on back by Pegula. Ooh, and Swiatek had a lot of court to work with, but the backhand is in the net. She's made plenty of errors here to start, and it's 30-15. Not really a channel that I know of, at least, that covers the sport better than this channel. So definitely, if you're a tennis fan, hit that subscribe button. Follow on all the social medias, Twitter and Instagram and whatever we're calling Twitter these days. I still call it Twitter. I also call them tweets. I don't see myself ever not calling it any of those things. Anyway, Swiatek serves. Backhand reply by Pegula was rifled up the middle, and Swiatek had to do a little skip to Malou to get out of the way of it. It's 40-15 as it did miss the baseline. Yes, here's to Pegula keeping a roof over Frosted Cupcake's head. Indeed. 40-15 serve by Swiatek. Fought off by Pegula. Forehand cross-court by Swiatek. Big forehand there by Pegula. Cross-court goes Swiatek. Now opens up the court with a backhand. Racing back to get a defensive shot. Pegula. Swiatek comes to the net. Pegula hoisting up a lob. And the overhead is terrible from Swiatek. Oh, and she coils back on the racket and wants to slam it into the core of the earth. Thinks better of that. She's missed that overhead, though, terribly. I mean, it didn't even come close to clearing. It's in the bottom of the net. She's backpedaling. She's reaching over the shoulder. Not good form on the overhead. And frustration starting to show just a bit here. 40-30 still, however. Toss up, serve down in the net. Need a competitive match here. I haven't really had one in this tournament that I've been on. Swiatek serves and then return in the net from Pegula, so Swiatek holds for 5-2. Who would have thought that the most competitive match I would have done on the channel at this tournament would have been Carlos Alcaraz and Lee 2. Lee 2 really put on a heck of a show that night. What was that? Tuesday of last week. And then, of course, so what? I did a match last Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? And then I step away for other responsibilities at another network and other responsibilities like work. I step away, and that's when Alcaraz and Djokovic decide to lose on back-to-back nights. Really? That? Oh. Thanks for that. Oh, well. Luck of the draw. Coco played a match against Tatiana Maria. First set was competitive. Second set was most definitely not. I think it ended up 6-love that second set, I think. And then last night, good lord. Oh my gosh. Sabalenka. What a machine. So I need a good one. I need a competitive one. Pegula does not want to cooperate, however. She's going to come out here, and in just over half an hour, she's serving for this first set at 5-2. So in the blue kit, white visor, black trim, Jessica Pegula. Is that blue? Would you call that blue? Would you call it indigo? It almost matches the court surface. The blue part, not the green part, of course. Here she goes. Pegula serves. Terrific placement. It's called a let. That's a shame. It's terrific serve. Here she goes again, goes deep, forehand reply Swiatek, and the backhand on a back pedal is hit into the net from Pegula. Yeah, Ashley says Sabalenka is a machine. She probably practices longer than the match took last night. Yeah, no kidding. Pegula serves. Forehand reply Swiatek. Pegula leans into a backhand. Stabbed back into the ad court corner from Swiatek. Off forehand there from Pegula, and caught in quicksand there was Swiatek. It's 15 all. Yeah, Pegula's moving really well. Pegula serves. Forehand reply Swiatek. Harpooned back up the middle by Pegula, and into the net goes Swiatek. It's 30-15. 2 points from the set here. Jessica Pegula. What do we have on our hands tonight? Again, she's done this before against Swiatek, but not on this kind of a stage. Missed first serve. Karolina Mukova awaits in a semifinal tomorrow night. Second serve is there, and the return is cranked wide from Swiatek. Don't think. No, they're going to call that a let on the serve. Here she goes again then. Pegula to the backhand of Swiatek. Knifed up the middle. Deep up the middle of the backhand. Pegula off forehand by Swiatek. Shuffled on back by Pegula. And the backhand into the net from Swiatek. And Jessica Pegula has 2 set points. She has not wavered. She has not cracked at any point. She raced out to a double break lead. Swiatek has been thoroughly outplayed here, and now Pegula. Toss up, serve down. Swiatek's return is into the mesh. A fist pump from Pegula, but not one of great veracity, not one of great emotion. She knows that there's still work to do, but she's halfway there. 6-2 the first set for Jessica Pegula against Iga Swiatek, and Pegula is a set away from finally winning at a Slam quarterfinal. Second set's coming up. We'll take a quick break. What a start, though, for Jessica Pegula.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Well, first set, straightforward, clinical, as Ashley says, from Jess Pegula, 6-2 against Iga Swiatek. Let's delve into the numbers here a little bit, shall we, while we have just a little bit of time. Swiatek, no aces to do 2 double faults. Both were on break points. Pegula, no aces, no double faults. We mentioned early the first serve. Swiatek couldn't buy one. I think she stepped off the court here, maybe, Swiatek. At least I don't see her on this camera angle that's looking straight at Pegula, so I'm assuming that Swiatek has stepped away here. But yes, first serve, Swiatek struggled just 8 of 22 on the first serve, putting it in. 36%. Pegula on the other end was 61% on first serve. And then first serve points won. Swiatek 5 of 8. Pegula 13 of 17, 76%. Second serve points won. Swiatek 50%. Pegula 55. 3 winners for both players. In fact, both with much higher unforced errors than winners. 3-12 for Pegula. 3 winners for Swiatek to 19 unforced errors. And Jess Pegula, 6-2. First set. Spectacular. And Swiatek's going to make her wait, it would seem here. Pegula's actually going to get to her feet. Doesn't want to be sat down any longer. And Pegula just going to walk around, pace around here a little bit. Swiatek gathering herself, has to be pretty shocked. It is a bathroom break, we're being told, from Swiatek. And in fact, ESPN has a countdown clock on the bathroom break that is remaining. We're at 1:20. So we're inside 80 seconds remaining on the bathroom break here for Iga. Pegula, meanwhile, just stands, hands on hips. Now begins to finesse with her hair just a little bit. Ghosty says hi. What a depressing match. Now, see, I'm very surprised to have seen you say that because on memory, I don't recall you having the fuzziest of feelings for Swiatek, but then I see that John says Ghosty doesn't like either player. So I did not know this. This is the first time I've ever done a Pegula match on the channel. So I was not aware of this not liking of Pegula. So, no, I did not know this. So, if you don't like either player, somewhat surprised that you're here. Glad you're here, but somewhat surprised that you're here. Here's Swiatek coming out. Walks right by that plaque that, of course, has that famous line, "Pressure is a privilege," from Billie Jean King. I have to imagine she's feeling some amount of pressure tonight. She has just dropped that first set. First set she's dropped of the tournament, 6-2. Now, we have seen on many, many, many occasions, including a couple of occasions on matches that I've called of Swiatek this year on the channel, of when in trouble, when in doubt, and when she is tested, she has come through and gotten into this aura of invincibility. And she just stops making mistakes. It's very robot-like. So here she goes. Swiatek serves to start the second set. Goes out wide. Pegula's forehand return into the net. Early fist pump there from Swiatek. She's going to try to pump herself up here. Good to see you as well, always great to see you, Ghosty. It really is. Or hear from you, or whatever the proper term is on that. 15-love. Swiatek serves to the forehand of Pegula, awkwardly poked over the net. Cross-court by Swiatek. Reaching out to go cross-court is Pegula. Forehand up the line by Swiatek. Knifed on cross-court by Pegula, who's able to direct that backhand to the backhand of Swiatek. Sliced on back by Pegula. Swiatek ranges to her right. Hits the forehand up with a lob. Is Pegula out of the air. Swiatek with a swinging volley. Pegula up with another lob. The overhead this time by Swiatek, which was terrible the first time she hit it late in that first set. This time she drives it straight into the ground. It's a winner. Iga needs to ask herself in this moment, what would Monfils do? Boy, any number of answers to that question, huh? What would Monfils do? 30-love. Swiatek at the far end in all white serves. Blocked on bat by Pegula. Up the middle of the forehand by Swiatek. Into the net goes Pegula. It was about 6 minutes between points with the bathroom break. Forty love. Swiatek trying to get on the board right away to start the second set. After she was down a double break immediately in the first. Shoveled back on the return goes Pegula. Bat pedals did a forehand. Into the deuce court. It's a winner. Forehand strike there from Pegula. 40-15. Game point still for Swiatek. Serves to the forehand of Pegula, and that return floats long, so Swiatek holds for a 1-love lead. I do feel like I have to ask, because I don't know the story, what the reason would be why Ghosty doesn't like Jessica Pegula. I'm just curious. This is me being nosy here. As someone, I can't say I've ever been a lifetime fan of the Buffalo Bills, but as someone who sympathizes with the Buffalo Bills and all of their fans, and I actually know quite a bit for some reason here in North Carolina, I am rooting for her to do well because of that connection more than anything else, is what I find myself thinking about Pegula, who serves out wide here. Swiatek somehow made a really good return on it, and Pegula's forehand is into the net, and it's love 15. Pegula at the far end serves here. Forehand return by Swiatek to the backhand of Pegula. Into the net goes Swiatek. 15 all here. Can Pegula keep riding this wave of momentum? Swiatek can turn a match so very quickly. As we talked about earlier, Pegula serves, swatted back by Swiatek. Cross court the forehand there by Swiatek. Now Pegula drives a forehand cross court for a winner, and it's 30-15. So it's a wealth. It's a question of money. Okay. Let's serve up the tee. Swiatek makes the return, and well measured. Backhand up the line there from Pegula. 40-15. Well struck there from Pegula. Has not backed down at any point tonight. 40-15. Serves here big. Swiatek blocked it back. Backing up the line, Pegula. Forehand, Swiatek into the ad court. Up the middle goes Pegula. Cross court the backhand, Swiatek, who then cranks another one that direction, but it's gone wide, and she's just nicked the ground with the racket. She hasn't slammed it, but there was contact. There was a coming together between racket and ground. It's 1-all. Swiatek serving once again. Have to imagine we'll see a better serving Swiatek here in this second set. It would be stunning if we didn't. Serves here to the backhand of Pegula. Got it back deep off backhand Swiatek. Racing forehand Pegula. That forehand misses by quite a margin there from Swiatek. Inside out forehand into the doubles alley by quite a bit. And it's love 15. Nine unforced errors on the forehand wing to this point for Swiatek. Serves up the tee. Pegula makes the return. Swiatek inside out on the forehand. Sharpened back by Pegula. Backhand by Swiatek. Deep from Pegula. Forehand floats into the deuce court corner. Just in from Swiatek. And then she hit one into the ad court corner. This time it does not catch a line. It's love 30. She got lucky that the forehand in the deuce court corner caught a line. The one in the opposite corner did not. Love 30, and Pegula again applying some pressure here. Swiatek searching for answers. Toss up, serve down, kicks it up the tee. Pegula shuffles it back. Another forehand error from Swiatek. That kicks wide. 3 break points for Jess Pegula at love 40. 1-1 here in the second set. And Pegula could put a second hand in her semifinal spot. She could claim this game. She already has one hand on the ticket. Swiatek serves up the tee. Pegula slices a very short return back. Swiatek staggers to it and is able to gobble it up. Backhand sent into the open court. That's a winner for 15-40. Ghosty says they're terrible people. Most rich people are. That is an unfortunate fact, I'm sure. I don't know many. And I try to ignore the ones that are on TV acting ridiculous. Swiatek serves, still down break point. Pegula makes the return. Swiatek misses another forehand. Up the line it goes wide. Pegula with another break. So it's a set and a break now for Jess Pegula. 2-1 up in this second set on Iga Swiatek. Wow, wow, wow. So Jessica Pegula at the change of ends now. Set and a break up on Iga Swiatek. My heavens. Iga has just not looked herself tonight. And as she has played below her level, Pegula has played extremely well. Still a long way to go, and I feel like I'm saying that almost for Frosted Cupcake up there. Don't just don't count the chickens before they hatch. But what a start this has been from Pegula, and she is just carrying it over. Is that Simone Biles in the seats here? See, whenever the camera finds, these pop culture stars, I always pause before saying who it is without a graphic to tell me, because if it's a movie star or if it's a singer or anything, I don't know those people. But it looks like Simone Biles, but she's got some glasses on. I wasn't 100% sure, but now ESPN is interviewing her. Okay, very good. So Ashley confirms that it is Simone. Okay, very good. Glad I didn't mess that completely up. Here's Pegula serving to the backhand of Swiatek. Forehand up the middle from Pegula. Into a rally here. Deep forehand Pegula. She's hitting her marks well tonight. Inside out the forehand Swiatek. Shoveled on back by Pegula. Up the line Swiatek. Pegula on the run. Throws up a high hanging lob. Drops inside the baseline. Swiatek with the backhand. Pegula up the line with a backhand. Just slides it wide. Love 15. 12-ball rally. What was that? The second longest rally we've had. We had 17-shot rally earlier. I think that's the second longest we've had. Pegula serves in the net. Second serve, and that's also in the net from Pegula. So it's love 30. And again, because it is Swiatek on the other side, you don't want to give up this break, especially now, because it could just totally change the entire complexion of the match. Miss first serve here. Makes the second. Swiatek swats the return. Forehand by Pegula. Cross-court backhand Swiatek. Big backhand there by Pegula. Swiatek's there with it. Up the line goes Pegula. Swiatek changes direction. Good rally here. Deep forehand by Swiatek. Off-balance shot by... Oh, my goodness. Swiatek has just rifled a forehand up the line. Opened up the court. Pegula couldn't scramble it back. It's love 40. And chances for Swiatek to get the break right back. Be the first time she had broken the Pegula serve tonight if she is able to finish this game. Pegula serves in the nets. Pegula on a couple of occasions has come from love 30 down in service games. Love 40 here, though. Serves to the backhand of Swiatek, and that return is harpooned into the net. 15-40. Two more break points for Pegula to save. Serves to the backhand of Swiatek. Backpedaling backhand by Pegula. Looped up the line, Swiatek. Knifed cross-court by Pegula. She backpedals here to hit an off forehand. Swiatek is able to slice that into the corner. Pegula keeps the rally going. This is a big rally right here. Backhand up the middle, Pegula. Backpedaling Swiatek. Forehand into the net there from Swiatek. And Pegula saved 2 break points to get to 30-40. If she were to come back and win this game, consolidate the break and go 3-1 up, oh boy. Whoever's doing the next match, start getting ready. Pegula serves up the tee. Skipped back by Swiatek. Backhand up the middle, Pegula. Off forehand winner from Swiatek. Pumps the fist. Most emotion we've seen from Iga to this point. She gets right back on serve. Immediate break back for 2-all. And the first setback of the match here for Pegula. Ghosty says, let's see. There's a bit in there where Chang's coach... Oh, hold on, I've missed the first part of that, sorry. There's a great 30 for 30 about Michael Chang called American Son. Very well done. Directed by a lefty journalist guy. Anyway, there's a bit in there where Chang's coach was trying to explain the economic hardship for tennis juniors looking to do well enough to make the pros. In Chang's era, it was over 20 a year. Okay, 20,000 a year. Swiatek serves out wide. Pegula scoops that return back long. Ghosty goes on to say, are we surprised it's only rich kids doing well? Yeah, I do feel like you could probably say that in many sports, though. Not all of them, but in many of them. Fully in Iga's corner, though, tonight. Ghosty. Backhand return, Pegula. Forehand up the middle by Swiatek. Scoop back deep by Pegula. That's long. Swiatek. As I was saying earlier, she gets into this mode where she just stops making mistakes. 30 love. Swiatek at the far end, serves to the backhand of Pegula. Swiatek loops into the deuce court corner. Forehand there long from Pegula. It's 40 love now. Swiatek has found a groove that she never, ever found in that first set. .40 love serve. Iga puts it in up the tee, batted back by Pegula, swatted up the middle, Swiatek. Deep forehand by Pegula was good. Now she goes with a drop shot. First time she's pulled that out tonight. Swiatek staggered to it, but then flipped the forehand long, and it's 40-15. Ashley says exactly really what I was thinking. Ghosty, I never thought I'd see the day you were cheering for Iga. It is just surprising, isn't it? Reasons are understood. 40-15. Swiatek at the far end in the 60th minute of this match. Toss up, serve down out wide. Pegula cooks the return. Backhand into the net from Swiatek. 40-30. Two all here in this second set, as you can see on your screen. Pegula broke pretty quickly here to start this set for 2-1. Swiatek got it right back. Here's Swiatek at 40-30, serving for a 3-2 edge. Backhand return by Pegula. Big backhand Swiatek. Pegula absorbs the pressure, sends it deep. Inside out forehand. Missed by a lot there from Swiatek. Long and wide. It's deuce. From 40 love to deuce here in this game. Just surprising to see some of the breakdowns that we have seen from Iga tonight. At deuce, Swiatek serves to the forehand of Pegula. Deep return off backhand Swiatek. Pegula stepped up to a forehand, snapped it into the net. Advantage Swiatek here. This feels like a big game all of a sudden, doesn't it? My goodness. Swiatek had 40 love. Feels like a big swing game. No doubt. Swiatek serves out wide, misses. Boy, Pegula is all the way inside the baseline here. Second serve, shovels a backhand. Forehand up the line by Swiatek. Pegula's cross-court forehand to Swiatek's cross-court forehand. And this time, Pegula's into the net. So, Swiatek, from 40 love, had to go to deuce. Does hold for 3-2. Middle stages of a dramatic second set. Swiatek gets to the chair, and she's bouncing her leg up and down. Feeling some anxiety tonight, it would seem. So she holds for 3-2 here. A break for each player in this set. Of course, as always, stay tuned on the channel. After we get finished here, it's the last of the quarterfinals coming your way. Should be a fun one, as they all have been. Jannik Sinner, Daniil Medvedev. Hard to believe that's a quarterfinal, huh? How about Jack Draper earlier today? My goodness, what a spectacular tournament this has been on the men's side. And again, we all knew at some point this was going to come when the Big Three era fizzling out. And, you know, Tiafoe had that comical comment last night about how different it is without the Big Three here. But absolutely amazing to see a U.S. Open where 3 of the 4 quarterfinalists are Taylor Fritz, Frances Tiafoe, and Jack Draper. They'll be joined either by Sinner or Medvedev in the semifinals on Friday. There will be an American man in that final. It'll be the first time that an American man plays in a Slam final since 2006. Will it be Fritz or will it be Tiafoe? Pegula starts the sixth game of this set. Good serve, and Swiatek is into the net on the forehand. Do forgive me here. ESPN's pictures are becoming just a bit choppy here. They were last game too. Hopefully they sort themselves out. Here's Pegula, 15 love, serving to the forehand of Swiatek. Pegula racing back to slice a backhand. To the backhand of Swiatek comes to the net. Pegula with a high arcing lob. The overhead by Swiatek hit right back to Pegula, who hits a backhand and now backpedaling and hitting the net is Swiatek. My goodness. So she's made an error on the overhead tonight, has Swiatek, and then that one she just hit right to Pegula and very comfortably for her. I mean, the lob almost went through the roof. 30 love. Pegula serves out wide. Swiatek swats the return back deep. Pegula picks it up. Backhand Swiatek. Cross court goes Pegula up the line. Looped long from Swiatek. Another unforced error. It's 40 love. Swiatek now with 29 unforced errors for the match. 19 in the first set and 10 in the second. I do have a question for the crowd after this game ends, which might be soon. Pegula, good serve out wide. Block back Swiatek, and a good serve +1. Pegula, forehand winner, 3-all. So, just going back to the point that I was making about the men's draw here, with Fritz and Tiafoe and Draper being semifinalists, how do we feel about it now? Do we like it now that the Big Three era is almost over and there's no Roger and there's no Rafa and Novak's gone early? Do we like having a more wide open men's draw? Because I know for many years everyone's been clamoring for someone to break through the Big Three and Andy Murray. But then once it starts happening, we're like, kind of like it the old way. As Swiatek serves, fought off by Pegula. Forehand swatted by Swiatek to the forehand of Pegula. Cross court goes Swiatek. Directed on up the middle by Pegula. The backhand by Swiatek. Cross court from Pegula. Up the middle goes Swiatek. Backhand by Pegula. Put Swiatek on the move. Forehand misses. Love 15. Super Dave is with us. Hello. Nice to have you along with us. Ghosty says, I do like it more wide open. I feel like we long for that when there's dominance in any sport, and then once we get it, we kind of miss the dominance. Good serve up the tee there from Swiatek, and that return loops long from Pegula. Dave says, by the way, Dave is rooting for Pegula since she's the underdog. Does like both players. Here's Swiatek at 15-all. Toss up, serve down, out wide, terrific serve. Pegula's return, short of the net by quite a bit. It's 30-15. Of course, it was good to see Roger in the stadium last night. As he watched Sabalenka just pound her way to another semifinal. Swiatek serves here to the backhand of Pegula. Good return. Forehand Swiatek. Pegula cross court the forehand. Swiatek into the deuce court. Pegula sends it right back where it came from. And the forehand floats long there from Swiatek. It's 30-all. And this seventh game of the second set is up for grabs here. Dead even second set. 3-all, 30-all. After a 6-2 first set win for Jess Pegula. Here's Swiatek. Catches the ball toss. Now serves. Fought off by Pegula short. Off forehand Swiatek. Not much of an angle on it. Pegula was able to get that back. Here's the backhand Pegula. Stretching out Swiatek. Cross court the forehand Pegula. Very good. Oh my goodness. Flat forehand by Swiatek. Popped up the line Pegula. Cross court backhand Swiatek. Pegula gets it back. Knife cross court by Swiatek. Slice back Pegula. Swiatek steps into a forehand. It's a winner. It's a terrific rally there. Swiatek hit a couple of winners in that rally. Pegula kept getting them back. It's 40-30. That was really fun. Karolina Muchova plays the winner in tomorrow's semifinal after Muchova's victory today over Hajar Maya. Been fun to watch Muchova progress through this tournament. Swiatek serves off the let court. It ricochets out. Muchova with wins over Naomi Osaka and Jasmine Paolini so far in this tournament. Still game point for Swiatek. Second serve coming here. Serves to the forehand of Pegula. Wow, and the return is up the line beautifully for a winner. It's deuce. There's the picture of Simone Biles earlier being interviewed by Chris Budden of ESPN. How about Chris Budden getting on the tennis scene? Here's Swiatek serving into the net. Sideline reporter for football and basketball, does some volleyball too for ESPN. I think she was also part of their Formula One coverage of the Miami Grand Prix earlier this year. Swiatek serves, running around the backhand to hit a forehand Pegula. Forehand cross-court Swiatek. Pegula on the defensive. Swiatek's forehand. Pegula forehand winner. Oh, she whips that up the line. And Pegula with a break point. Ghosty. Can I even repeat the comment from from Ghosty? Oh, jeez. Break point for Pegula. Swiatek serves up the tee. Pegula makes the return. Swiatek cross-court backhand, really good. Sliced on back by Pegula. Swiatek just guides that backhand into the deuce court for a winner. Clinches the fist again. Saves off a break point. And it's deuce. Deuce again in a very important game. Swiatek serves. Pegula makes the return. Swiatek forehand. Pegula ranging to hit a backhand. Oh, and again Swiatek with another unforced error. The backhand lands in the doubles alley to her left. Pegula another chance to break here. Can break here for 4-3, then hold serve for 5-3, and if she can do all of that, she's right on the cusp of the biggest win of her life, you'd have to say. She's won some big matches, but to finally get over this quarterfinal hump in slams and against this player at this tournament, what a victory it would be. Swiatek serves in the net, facing a break point. Now remember, she's double faulted on 2 break points already in this match. They both came in the first set. She faces a second serve here, down break point. Here she goes into the service motion. She serves to the back end of Pegula. Deep return. Forehand Swiatek. Forehand Pegula up the middle. Swiatek rips a forehand. Pegula's there to wire it cross court. The backhand by Swiatek. Flat ball by Pegula. Cross court Swiatek. Pegula racing back. Throws up a lob. Letting it drop in the middle of the court. Swiatek's overhead is there. Saves off another break point. Well, so the second serves when facing break points haven't been great tonight from Swiatek, and the overheads haven't been great tonight from Swiatek. She made both of them in this enormous occasion. Deuce again. 8th minute of this game. What is with the camera? Why are the camera shots so often at this angle? My lord. Swiatek serves up the tee. Pegula scoops the return back. Forehand Swiatek deep just in. Off forehand Swiatek. Pegula racing back. Throws up a defensive backhand. Swiatek cross-court backhand. Pegula once more slices up the middle. Swiatek forehand. Pegula cross-court on the forehand. Swiatek in control at this point. Pegula trying to neutralize. She just about has with a forehand here. Cross-court Swiatek. And Pegula cranks a forehand wide. Swiatek has a game point. You can feel the intensity of this game. Both players needing this game almost. That was a 15-ball rally. Oh, you just get the feeling that this set is going to be won by whoever wins this game. Advantage Swiatek. Here she goes. Toss up, serve down, out wide Pegula, makes the return. Swiatek pounds the backhand, up the line Pegula, picked up Swiatek, and a forehand winner by Pegula! She lashes that into the ad court, up the line. Crowd gives her a good response to that. It's deuce again. What a game It's nearly 10 minutes long now. Tenth winner of the match from Pegula. Fourth deuce of this game. Swiatek serves out wide. Pegula hooks the return. Swiatek's into the net. And Pegula finds another break point. Another chance right here for Pegula. Can she break the Swiatek serve for a fourth time tonight? Another enormous point. I almost feel like the match hangs in the balance right here. Swiatek serves. Pegula makes the return. Forehand Swiatek. Pegula flattens it back. Oh my goodness, what a backhand by Swiatek. Sliced on back by Pegula. The forehand misses from Iga Swiatek. Pegula claims the break. Moves ahead of this second set 4-3. The crowd rises inside the stadium court in New York. Jessica Pegula breaks for 4-3. She's 2 games from the biggest win of her life. And Swiatek frustrated again. Oh my heavens. Well, the tenacity of Pegula, the sharpness of her play in the first set, but the tenacity of her game here in this second set really deserves a lot of credit for what she's done tonight. Again, it's still far from over. But she's on the cusp. Meanwhile, for Swiatek, frustration has shown from her face a lot tonight. It did again there after yet another unforced error. The unforced errors now up to 34 for Iga. That's just to 9 winners. She smacked the net with the racket heading back to her chair. Those 34 unforced errors compared to Pegula's 19. Karolina Muchova awaits in the semifinal. Could it be an All-American U.S. Open final with Pegula and Navarro? Navarro's got to fend off Sabalenka, who looked fabulous last night and has looked almost untouchable throughout this tournament. Here's Pegula serving at 4-3 up a break, serves a let. Could Muchova surprise everyone and just keep the keep her run going? She's definitely the longest shot of the 4 semifinalists. Pegula stopped the service motion. Someone moving along right in her eyesight, I suppose. Here she goes again. Nope. Talks to the chair umpire. This is the biggest moment of her life. She wants calm. Serves to Swiatek's forehand. Backing up the middle from Pegula and into the net goes Swiatek. There's unforced error 35. They just keep mounting. Dave says Jessie looks pretty calm. Isn't afraid of playing Iga anymore. No, she's beaten her 3 times prior. 15-love serve is in the net. Second serve is there. Swiatek's return is cranked wide. And she just looks so distraught at that end of the court, Swiatek. She might just be out of answers, out of ideas. 30-love. Pegula serves up the tee. Ooh. If that missed, it didn't miss by much. Serves again to the forehand of Swiatek, backpedaling forehand Pegula, and that was right on her shoelaces. Couldn't lean back enough to get any kind of control on it. misses long, 30-15. Swiatek looks up to her box, chirping a little bit at her box right here. A frustrated Iga Swiatek tonight. Pegula serves out wide, blocked back return by Swiatek, and that just continues the disappointment and the frustration. Didn't even get that ball anywhere close to the net on the return. It's 40-15. Pegula serving for 5-3. Toss up, serve down. And Swiatek's return comes up the line. Just lands inside the ad court corner. Backhand Pegula. Backhand lifted long by Swiatek. It's 5-3. And Jessica Pegula's a game away. Swiatek changing a racket here as she gets set to serve to stay in the U.S. Open. Yeah, Iga's out of sorts, as Dave says. Serving to stay in the tournament right here. Jessica Pegula, 0-6 lifetime in major quarterfinals. She's a game away. Swiatek just fiddling with that new racket. Now serves off the let cord, and that, again, tightly winds its way out. Second serve coming. Pegula's been stepping inside the baseline on some of these second serve returns. She's not doing it here. She hugs the baseline, not inside of it. Kicked up the tee. Backhand return. Off forehand by Swiatek. Cross court the backhand shoveled on by Pegula. Into the net goes Swiatek. Left 15. 38 unforced errors now from Swiatek. Doubled the amount of Pegula at this point. Swiatek serves, fought off by Pegula. Backhand Swiatek, and into the net there goes Pegula. She has not at one moment tonight, Pegula, looked nervous, frustrated, overwhelmed, anxious. Let's hope those thoughts are not creeping into her mind now, but as we know, it is tennis. There's no harder game to win than the last one. But if anyone has looked any of those things tonight, it's been Iga, who serves out wide. Pegula makes the return. Sharp angle. Forehand up the line. Misses from Swiatek. 15-30. Jessica Pegula from Buffalo, New York, Western New York, has come to the big city for a big moment. Backhand return. Iga's backhand up the middle, and the forehand clips the net from Pegula, and it's 30-all. Swiatek at the far end. Falls into a service motion. Backhand return Pegula. Off forehand Swiatek. Pegula's backhand into the net. Swiatek has a game point to try to stay within arm's distance here. Again, you really hope that Pegula's not getting tight because she's played such a phenomenal match to this point. Been a couple of shots in this game. Questionable. Swiatek serves out wide. Pegula thumps the return. Forehand winner from Swiatek. She holds to stay in the U.S. Open. Pegula to serve for it at 5-4. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back. Pegula serving for the match and a spot in the semifinals.
Ready. Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Summers, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Well, Jessica Pegula serving for the win of her life. Here she goes, 5-4. Serves out wide. Swiatek gets a short ball back. Pegula comes to the net confidently. Smashes away a forehand winner for 15-love. Deep breaths. Because if you drop serve in this game, it's 5-all, and then all of a sudden, I think you would immediately favor Swiatek to come right back. Win the set, win the third. Fine margins. Pegula serves. Oh, Swiatek attacked big on the forehand return, and she missed it. It was probably the softest second serve that Pegula's had all year, maybe. 65 miles an hour on the second serve. It's 30-love. She serves here to the backhand of Swiatek, who missed the return. And now at 40-love, here's Jessica Pegula. Match points. Crowd urging her on here. Pegula serves up the tee. Swiatek swats the return back. Up the middle goes Pegula. Really good forehand from Swiatek. It's a winner into the deuce court to save a match point. More to come, though. 40-15. Can Pegula finish it here? Serves and misses. Second serve out wide. It's there. Swiatek makes a sharp return. Now goes with a cross-court backhand. Put Pegula on the move side to side. The backhand to the backhand of Swiatek up the line. It's a winner. That's two saved. 40-30. One more chance. One more opportunity for Pegula to finish the job. If she doesn't, you want to talk about some pressure points. We'll have them. Serve misses from Pegula. Second serve, toss up, serve down. Swiatek makes the return with the forehand. Pegula's there. Backhand, cross-court, wide! It misses from Swiatek! And you have just witnessed the biggest moment in Jessica Pegula's tennis life. She's into the semifinals of the U.S. Open. She upsets world number one, Iga Swiatek. The underdog has come through. And Jessica Pegula will fly the stars and stripes into a semifinal battle with Karolina Muchova tomorrow night. Jessica Pegula has won. Pegula with her fourth victory against Iga Swiatek in their 10th meeting. And she has escorted the number one seed out of this U.S. Open. A frustrating night for Iga Swiatek all the way around. And for Jessica Pegula, what a moment. What a victory. And a spectacular performance from Pegula tonight. And the New Yorker is moving forward into the semifinals. And what a Final Four it's going to be here in New York, men and women. But on the women's side, Emma Navarro and Arina Sabalenka tomorrow night, and Karolina Mukova against Jessica Pegula. Spectacular semifinal lineup tomorrow, and a terrific performance from Jessica Pegula tonight. She finally wins a Grand Slam quarterfinal in her 7th attempt. It is 7th heaven for Jessica Pegula. Finally, she's into a major semifinal. The end of the Grand Slam season for Iga Swiatek. What a difficult match it was for her tonight. So that's 4 Americans in the semifinals of this U.S. Open. Tiafoe and Fritz, Navarro and Pegula. Wow. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll take a break, and we are going to wrap this up on the other side. Stick with us here.
Ready? Play.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Number 11, Marta Kostyuk. Number 10, Paula Badosa. Number 9, Barbora Krejcikova. Number 8, Jasmine Paolini. Number 7, Elena Rybakina. Number 6, Danielle Collins. Number 5, Zhang Qinwen. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Jessica Pegula. Number 2, Iga Swiatek. And number 1, for the first time in my power rankings history, Arina Sabalenka.
Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leymans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
And hello, welcome back. What a result this was. Look who's joined us. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you, Matthew?
Very good. Well, I don't want to waste any time. What did you think about this result? What a result it was for Jessica Pegula.
Yeah, what a result indeed. I mean, we knew the summer that she had coming in, winning in Canada, getting to the finals of Cincy, and just the confidence that she has in her game this time around. Struggled with a couple of injuries earlier in the year. Obviously, we know she's beaten Iga Swiatek before, 3 times before this, including twice last year. So she had the belief that she could do it. 7th time in a major quarterfinal, and boy, did she execute her game plan. I mean, right from ball one. I mean, just the ball striking was just phenomenal from the baseline, but also the way she was attacking Iga's second serve, the way her forehand stood up in baseline rallies, the amount of shots she was hitting down the middle, I thought, to open up the angles as well. Definitely go hard at the Iga forehand, with that extreme grip, it's tough for Iga to control. I thought the court was a little too fast for Iga. I was kind of debating about the conditions coming in. I thought if they played at night, it would help Iga a little bit more, especially with these lighter balls, but also just court maybe a little bit cooler, slower conditions. But that wasn't to be. Pegula was just on it, and I thought she served really well as well. Just her average pace of her first serve, I don't remember it being this big 12 months ago. So it was a really incredible performance from her. Iga will be disappointed with a few things, especially in the second set when she managed to get the break back, and she had some chances to hold for 4-3, but it was a completely outstanding performance.
The tweet that John just put up, I was asking about that earlier, about when's the last time have there been two Americans in the semifinals of the same men and women's slam event? Apparently 2003.
Yeah.
At the U.S. Open, Capriati, Davenport, Roddick, Agassi. So obviously 2 decades. It happens here. So good job by John finding that, because I was asking about that earlier. What did you think about Swiatek tonight? Obviously frustrated from the very beginning, it felt, but she has this way of just getting into her robot mode, as so many people like to call it, and not making any mistakes. She never got there tonight.
No, and it was a poor start for her. In the first game, she double faulted breakpoint down, but also just the forehand was leaking a few too many errors. Even when Pegula was just kind of feeling the conditions out, not really hitting those really hard shots that I'm talking about. I think that actually is really what helped Pegula loosen up. Is the first game that she got a lot of errors from Iga, and that kind of set the tone early. And she goes up double break as well. Double faulted again. She had like 7 unforced errors in the first 2 games, and so that was very much unlike her. But I thought after the first set, when she left the court that she would kind of reset, and to some extent she did. But Pegula's level really never wavered throughout, and she just kept a really steady level. Whereas I thought Iga was, the poor start really hurt her. She couldn't afford to start out the way she did.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Pegula had moments towards the end of that second set where I thought, oh goodness, she's getting a little tight. And I even said if she drops serve and it's 5-all, you probably think Iga wins the second set, and you'd probably favor her to win the third. So even on a night where she was in so much control, still she had to deal with some pressure moments, and she passed those tests.
Yeah, she did. I was actually thinking about that, because I remember in Canada when they played in that Cotton Eye Jess match famously, last summer, Swiatek was down 2-6, 4-5, and Pegula served for the second set, and then actually got broken, lost that second set in tiebreaker, was down 4-2, and somehow recovered and ended up winning it. But this time around, I felt like, 40 love, we already saw Iga hit 2 winners. The last serve was 65 miles per hour, so she was quite tight at the very end, and that was crazy. You can see on the screen here 36 unforced errors for Swiatek. Obviously, a lot of that is also how well Jessie played and was kind of forcing her. The one other thing I wanted to highlight was Jessica Pegula's movement. I thought it's really improved as well over the last 1 year, because she's staying in points a lot longer. She's using that backhand slice as well when she's on the defensive, and also she's just from the corners, she's just very quick and explosive as well on the forehand, like when she's hitting a running forehand, or when she's hitting the forehand down the line, changing direction. So that also caused Iga a lot of problems, because Iga felt like she had to press, she had to go for lines, she had to kind of really go out of her comfort zone to win some of those points and flatten out a few more forehands. Whereas previously, I think she could have, she perhaps pulled the trigger a bit too early, but that's good as Jess, because improved movement.
Yeah, she was great moving corner to corner tonight. Like you said, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Pegula Mukova, Navarro Sabalenka. What do you think about the Final Four here? Who do you think is going to survive and get to Saturday?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about the Pegula and Muchova match. They've only played once before this, and that was in Cincinnati, and that was already 3 sets. And Muchova, for her 6th tournament back, she's looking fantastic. She had a little bit of a kind of injury concern thing in the second set today. I'm really hoping that's nothing. I'm going to pretend like it wasn't much, and it was just kind of an in-the-moment thing. But assuming that's the case, it's going to be a really tight battle. I think that semifinal could go right down to the wire between those two. Especially with just how well Muchova has been saving break points. She's been coming forward, serving and volleying as well. So it's a completely different player to anyone that Pegula has faced so far. She's not going to get a ton of rhythm. So I'm very curious how that comes through. And usually after a big win like this, Pegula is kind of an understated person. She's very mature, very kind of level-headed. So I think she will kind of be able to realize, okay, the job isn't done yet. I'm gonna try to go out, and it's a quick turnaround already for the next semifinal, no day off. But I think I'd make Pegula a very slight favorite over Mahova tomorrow with just the level that I've seen today, the amount of confidence she'll get with this result, and the win in Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fabulous match. The other semifinal, too, is going to be the first one, Navarro and Sabalenka. Can't wait for that. And just real quick, what do you think about Sinner and Medvedev coming up?
Yeah, I think this is I don't want to call it a de facto final because I have a lot of respect for Fritz and Tiafoe as well. And, they're playing great, and same with Jack Draper. But it's very likely the winner of this match will go on and win the whole tournament. It's fascinating rivalry. Medvedev wins the first 6, Sinner comes back, wins the next 5. They split their best of 5 set matches this year. With obviously the Wimbledon one is what Medvedev's going to be looking at the most. But I like the way both guys have been playing. I think it was good for Sinner to get that test against Tommy Paul, and a kind of a step up in opposition, and he was able to come through in the tight moments. And then for Medvedev, he's kind of rolled everybody so far. Hasn't really been tested a whole lot in some of his matches. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what Medvedev does with his return position, because Sinner, in those 5 wins that he had, he's been coming forward. He's been using variety a little bit more. He's been serving and volleying. He's been kind of taking advantage of that deep return position. So I'm curious to see if Medvedev adjusts that, how he kind of combats it. It's going to be really physical as well. They always have really, really physical long rallies. It's probably going to go the distance. And actually, I kind of think if it goes 5 sets, I like Medvedev because Sinner so far, he hasn't won a match that's gone over 4 hours in his career. And he's 6-9 in 5 setters. And I kind of think, maybe because of the physical wobbles that we're seeing sometimes in best of 5, the last couple of majors, that might give Medvedev a little bit of an extra boost. But Sinner deserves to be the favorite coming in. I think Medvedev has to play like very, very at his 100% best, whereas Sinner kind of the average level is maybe a little bit higher. But very curious. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be some Midnight Madness coming up if it does go long, which we certainly think it might. Well, this was very enjoyable. Big congratulations to Jessica Pegula. Moment of her life to finally make a Slam semifinal. So that's going to be it here. Stay tuned on the channel. Sinner and Medvedev coming up shortly in the women's semifinals tomorrow. Thank you for everyone for joining and commenting. It's been fun. I've greatly enjoyed being on. My last time on for the U.S. Open. But be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit all the buttons, and keep enjoying the U.S. Open here on the channel. So long for now.
So long. Thanks.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.